And we are live, and fatigue disappears. What happened there?
I blew my nose, so I didn't want to do that on the camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, it is Tuesday. We're all back together again. I think it's snowing outside. I think
Mm-hmm.
a little something. Um, we're gonna let the folks come in. I don't see anyone yet on my end. Things have been a little funky for me logging back into Facebook, so I don't know. But I'm going to share it to my page
5 pages.
so that I can
It does.
tag you good folks.
Mm.
All right. All right. And we're going to get started. Hello and welcome to Tangy Tea of Life, everyone. This is where we talk about any and everything. So glad to be back with y'all on this Tuesday. I'm your host, Veronica. Where's your bill? Is that toilet tissue on your desk? What is going on?
I ain't got no Kleenex just in case it gets kind of funky in here later.
Nigga got some Scott. Man, come
Oh, yeah.
on, man. Bro. No.
Listen,
The 1000 sheet.
you ain't gonna be pulling on a roll and be out on one pull, baby. Oh no. Oh no. You might get the cushion and the comfort, but you ain't got a lot of it.
I buy a lot of cushion and comfort. I ain't like to scratch my ass up.
What?
Oh, you know how we start this stuff.
Oh my gosh. All right. And to my left over here is my brother Victor White is back with us tonight.
Appreciate it.
Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station, New York, is with us tonight.
What's up? What up? What up?
So glad to have everyone back. Hey, Mr. Sammy. I don't know about those commanders, but whatever.
What you mean? Hold, don't start that. Don't start that. Don't start that.
They played a hell of a game. Give it to them. I told Mr. Sammy and Shay Darren, they played a hell of a game. Rookie quarterback, brother.
And John.
You know,
Oh,
so
yeah,
we'll
John.
see. Yeah, and John, excuse me. I'm I'm a Dallas fan, but I enjoy sports and I give a credit where it is due. I'm not a hater. So this is good. I want them to put their foot in Philly. I don't care for Philly. I'm not a Washington fan, but I want Washington. I want Washington there.
So you want them to win it all?
You want them to
You
beat
know,
Philly.
this is a tough one because Mahomes would be, if he gets to the Super Bowl and beat Buffalo, he would be the only Super Bowl three-peat team and a black quarterback. So, that's a tough one, but I would probably be rooting for Mahomes on this one. Rookie quarterback for Washington got some time. Pray he got time.
Mm-hmm.
We got some other quarterback coming into the NFL from this team. So
Oh,
So
we
you're
might
a
even have
Colorado.
the coach coming in.
So you're
too.
you're
okay.
Buffalo
What about
fan.
Oh, I'm a Deion Sanders fan. I'm a Deion Sanders fan. Always has been. I love that. I'm a New Yorker, so that flamboyant. He came to New York. He played for Dallas. He played for Atlanta. He has that flamboyant. He played football. He played baseball at the same
Came to New
time.
York win.
Played for the New York Yankees. He played center field for the New York Yankees, and when Bo Jackson was playing for the Kansas City Royals, And he was also playing for Dallas Cowboys at the same year. And he played for the Atlanta Falcons. And he played for San Francisco Giants.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I like
I'm a
Leon.
Leon fan.
I like the way he coached those young boys. He's a
We
really
didn't tag
great.
us.
Huh?
We didn't get tagged.
I tagged you all.
Yeah.
Can
I'm
you
on
get
your
a
page.
tag?
I'm on the Tangy T page. Let me check.
Yeah, make sure, because I know I did.
Oh, okay.
I'm tagged. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, Karen. Hey, Noah. Hello, Thomas. Hey, Miss Ellen. All of you out there, thank y'all so much for watching on this cold Tuesday. It is cold
Everywhere in
outside.
the damn country is pretty much cold. Except maybe on the West Coast where they need the cold because of the fires. But it's cold everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So how
Places
was
it
y'all?
snowed in Louisiana today.
Oh wow.
Florida,
Hello.
they got snow.
Yeah, I heard that certain parts of Florida.
Mm-hmm. Pensacola. Not
Yeah,
Pensacola. Was it
Pensac-
Pensacola?
I
No,
think so.
might
Was
have been
it?
Pensacola. It's coming out of Louisiana. Even Austin, Texas got snow today.
Mm-hmm. And that's very rare for them.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Michael Keith. How are you? Thank y'all so much for watching tonight. So how was you guys' weekend? Let's talk about that. What did y'all do this weekend?
I didn't want to talk about my weekend. I'm gonna just say what happened. I meant to tell this story a minute ago. So I'm gonna start off with the preface of this. If you gay, be gay, but stop
Uh-huh.
playing with people who ain't gay. Let me just say that. I'm gonna just start off like that. So anyway, I go to this restaurant every morning for breakfast. I've been doing this shit for I don't know 6-7 years. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, they got this one. I don't know what he is. He's something in there, right? So it was early one morning. I'm talking about super early. So I down pull up to the window and I order my food and I give, bro, my money or whatever, my card. And he get my card back. I waiting on my food and he just sitting in the window like this. And I was like, God damn, man, what fuck you want? I'm looking. And he talking about, so you headed to work?
Oh.
Why? Why you care? That's how people get hurt right there. Why is you playing in my damn face? Like, bro, don't do that, man. Don't do
How did he
that.
say it? How did he say it?
He was sitting like this.
Mm-hmm. You on your way to work?
Zero, hey, bro, nothing but treble. All I heard was treble. You know what I'm saying? No bass, none of that shit. And I'm like, man, I said, man, go ahead with that shit, man. He talking about wood. I'm like, man, go ahead with that shit, man. Go ahead with that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Don't. That's how people get hurt. That's how people get hurt. So, for those of you who, whatever, everybody ain't on that. I'm going to just keep it at that.
And they need to understand they live their life and that's cool. And, but one of the things, especially us men that don't deal with it, and I hate to use the word uncomfortable with it, but nobody wants that is heterosexual want another man to come on to them. And they got to understand that that's your lane, stay in your lane, but we don't, that's Victor's right. I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? And I was biased against a brother in Macy's on Harold Square, 34th Street, and he wound up helping me in a fight situation where I had to disarm a brother with a razor. And I came back and had a conversation with him, and I told him, I've been kind of biased to you because I don't know how to deal, because I feel if I open up and say, hey, what's happening, have a conversation, y'all gonna step across the line. And he said he understood, and we became cool, like, hey, what's up, how you doing? I respected him. I conversed with him, but a lot of us don't know how to roll, because when we be nice to you, y'all want to
take that shit
something.
too far.
want to poke something. And see, that's when, like Victor said, you get, want to poke something and then you get hurt. You poke the bear. And you ain't poking the bear over here. So that's where you going to get your poker broken. So don't play.
Fatih, please use another analogy, man.
I'm about to put this in a poker, damn man. Damn poker. We ain't playing 3-card Molly, yo. Full house. Oh hell no.
Can we pause for a second and say that Tainted of Life is being brought to you by Greenleaf Cafe over there at McLeod Health and Fitness Center. Make sure you go over there and get you something good to eat, something clean, something healthy, right there at Greenleaf Cafe inside the McLeod Health and Fitness Center, if I could say it correctly, in Florence. Make sure you pick something up to eat and tell Jamel and all the guys over there, Wayne, hello. And you saw it on Tangy Tea of Life. Yes. All right, guys.
And hopefully we get another sponsor one day from the coach of this and future probably coach of this team here.
Okay.
Boy. Dion.
Absolutely.
So Casey, wait a minute. My girl Casey is like, he asked the question, what's the problem? The problem, Sister Casey, is
nice.
You gotta realize, we're not, a lot of us men that ain't into that way, it's just that we're not comfortable with that. So you can read our body language before they even approach us. You can read our body language. If we pick up that you sway that way, you pick up our body language. You pick it up because we ain't looking you in your eye. We, matter of fact, ain't trying to look at you. So you pick up our body language, and then you'll want to F with us and do that. That's the problem, Sister Casey. That's the problem.
So I tell you this, like I said, everybody's got a couple in their family, whether they out and about or not. And like I said, that's your prerogative. But like we keep saying is, leave that shit where it is. You at work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be professional, for the moment. You don't need to be asking me shit other than what am I paying with. Anything outside of that is outside of the scope of your work. I don't give a damn about no small talk with anybody from this restaurant when I'm trying to go to my job because I feel like you holding me up. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where people get it misconstrued that I don't have to talk to you. And people want to say, well, he was just trying to be nice. I don't have to talk to you. I won't be rude if you keep your opinions and your comments to yourself and keep it to the confines of this interaction that we got.
Would you respond the same way, my brother? Would you, just a legitimate question, would you respond that way to a woman that you walked in there and was like, damn, she's gorgeous, damn right gorgeous, no wedding ring, no engagement ring? How would you respond if she would have asked you the same question?
You asked me the Victor?
I'm asking Victor, yes.
Yeah, I mean, anybody who's ever been like if I don't do that in public. I don't ever have this. I'll tell you this. I don't flirt for various reasons because I don't want nobody flirting with my old lady. So I assume that everybody's got somebody. That way, nobody can't say, well, Vic be in my face. Vic do this and Vic do that. I always carry myself as if I'm in a relationship, whether I am or I ain't. That way, when I do jump into one, nobody can say, well, this motherfucker be out here in everybody's face, because that ain't me. That's how I carry myself. Yeah. I don't do all that damn flirting. Because I've seen people who I'm cool with, they go up in these restaurants or they go up in these places flirting, and they end up spending more money than they intended to, trying to play big shot. I'm going to play broke the whole time we in there. So that's just my thing.
Protecting your space, brother. So I know, you know me, I'm a flirt. So R. Kelly when he made that song, just put Fatine face up there. I'm a flirt. Put my face up next to the song.
Oh gosh, I have to agree with Victor though on one part, the part where he said like he go out like he's always portraying that even if he's not in a relationship, he's always acting like he's in a see that's kind of me too. Like I don't come across as flirtatious. Like but like Fatine says, that's him. And I mean different how they say it, different strokes for different folks, however you want to
All
do it.
right.
But I
Right.
do feel like sometimes people and I kind of get what y'all saying, but sometimes I feel like people just want to be nice just to have someone to like pay them attention for just a moment. Not saying that they may be flirting, but maybe they just want your attention for just a second.
Who?
No,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So
I love
this
it.
is all right. So, and I know y'all want to get. I know for team you got your weekend question, but understand
And
that
this is better than my weekend.
we're talking about a professional setting. We're talking about a transaction.
hmm
We're talking about goods and services being exchanged. There really isn't no need for small talk because the small talk can either turn my business away. I'm already here for your product. I'm here. Anything outside of that, you're going to mess it up. There's a potential for you to mess it up if you don't stick to the script of what's being or what's being taught to you during orientation. And stepping outside of that, you're taking the risk yourself. This motherfucker ain't working for no tips. We ain't in no restaurant where you getting a tip. We at a fast food place, bro. Just hand me my shit and let me go. That's it. Don't ask me nothing outside of that. You don't know me. It is what it is.
uh, well, I mean, I
You
get it.
know, it's interesting that Victor says that, and it's, on the flip side, even though I use the word flirt, I'm also a friendly person. I'm not flirting with everybody. And, and especially a guy. And, coming out of New York City, one of the things is New York City can be cold and people can be cold. And one of the things that I try not to be is cold. So even if I know the person is like that, I can be cordial and nice. I'm not that uncomfortable of who I am. I'm secure who I am. So if the person is say something like that, not knocking Vic, because remember, like Veronica said, different strokes for different folks. And I'm definitely not going to knock Vic because he's been saying this for a long time. This is who he is. But for me, I'm a conversational kind of nice person. Get in the elevator. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm not trying to talk with everybody, but coming out of the Big Apple, New York, I'm just, I just know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that look you in the eye and they turn, they don't say nothing. And I think that's
Yeah.
habitual. It could become habitual. So I try to be nice because you never know how another person's day is going. But I do understand what Victor said.
hmm
I think where the problem is that a lot of, and I'm gonna shoot it to a gender thing. A lot of women is accepting of that lifestyle, which is fine. But I don't have to accept the shit because I don't walk in that life. I mean, you love who you love. I don't give a shit. But don't invite me to a party that I don't want to go to. Don't involve me in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Do you? But like Fatine said, like a lot of times I feel like they know and they just trying to be funny. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
it. That's it. Because if that happened, I put a little bit more bass in the voice. What's up, my brother? That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? What's up, my brother? Though. Now if you take it a little further, then I check your ass right on the spot. Yo, man, I don't. What are you insinuating? Before I assume anything. What are you insinuating, my brother? Oh, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Then I'll respond. But don't put me in that lane because I don't drive a car up and down that lane. I don't even park accidentally in that damn lane. Do that.
Oh my goodness. All righty. So how was your weekend, brother Fatine?
Quiet,
Quiet?
quiet, 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 quiet. This is a week. This is a week that I paid so many bills up the wazoo, from here to New York to this, that, and other. So I've been quiet. So I just been watching television, watching football, cooking. Really been in since Saturday. I've been in the house, really. It's good to
It's
turn
hella.
your attention to that. I was talking to Veronica earlier, and my cable bill is pathetic. It's pathetic. I'm not happy with some of the bills I have. My car insurance was crazy. So when I came down here, I changed it. It's better. My cell phone was crazy. I was grandfathered into Verizon. And back in the day, they told me don't change it. People said don't change. You got a good plan. But I was playing out the wazoo. So I changed it. Young lady out of Greenville, North Carolina, got me to change it who worked for Verizon. And I did. And now with Spectrum down here, they're robbing you. And my family and friends are looking at me like, why are you paying a cable bill like that? So right now I'm on my hotspot. I am on my hotspot and being able to watch apps. So I'm going about this in a different way because I'm really throwing away money. And I don't care what I make. Bottom line is you got to be smart with your money. No matter how
So,
much money you make, you got to be smart.
so let me
Yeah,
a- let me a- let me ask you something.
Yes,
So
sir.
they offer fiber in your neighborhood?
Five over here.
Yeah.
I don't think so because if it was fiber, then Verizon would be here.
No,
Verizon's not
fiber's
open.
AT&T. Fiber's AT&T.
Oh, okay, okay. Right.
So
Hey, my sorry. Yeah, because I got Spectrum here. So
so so this is the thing. I don't think a lot of people know. So right now, AT&T is throwing a special. If you get fiber, I think it's like $65. It's a gig up and a gig down. And if you have it for 6 months, you get $450 rebate back. So pretty much you get
ooh,
6 months for free. Second
okay,
thing is anybody paying for cable, that's kind of I don't pay for cable. You
gotcha.
know what I'm saying? I use
I'm the dum dum.
IPTV. I use IPTV. Um, it's I say I don't pay for cable. It's a small fee. I think one of my services I get like I don't know 84,000 channels, and then the other one I get like 15,000 channels, and I only pay like I don't know $15 a month somewhere up in there.
mhm.
Um, like there's so many different ways to save money, man. But that's a whole nother
Is that
conversation.
IPTV? Because my boy was telling me his son deals with that, and he pays a $12 fee, and he
Yeah,
gets all these channels, but they got to do the codes, give you the email, and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
that's the
So
okay.
Eternal TV used to be better than what it is now, but I usually pay about a year, so I still got another 6 months before my year subscription went up. So I kind of don't use that no more. I'm searching now. I just bought Parrot TV a couple days ago. It's okay, um, but there's a bunch of them out there. But one
Okay.
thing I did notice that I did not know is that so I don't buy Roku's. I buy Amazon Fire TVs, just the
Yep.
TV. But Amazon has like 600 channels that I didn't know that's hidden inside the TV that's live television. And I just
Hmm.
found this out yesterday.
Oh, you talking about the actual TV, not the stick.
No,
The
the actual
actual.
Well,
TV.
even on the stick, it's on the stick too. But no, I get the Fire TV, like it's built into the
Mhm.
TV. So and I only reason I do Amazon TV like that is because Roku is they won't let you get some of the illegal shit, and Amazon will. So um there are so many hidden channels on the stick or the Amazon. You just go to live TV. You got to do a few things, and it's like 650 channels, man. That's
I'm
just
gonna have,
there.
Appreciate it
yeah, I'm
because
gonna
I
have to
need a
check that
TV
out.
for my.
You definitely can get a Fire Stick for Tina. Pay for the Fire Stick and get all those different channels like that. What you paying for a cable bill is ridiculous.
It's
Yeah, I'm not.
pathetic. Yeah, it's pathetic, and I'm done. I'm done. I just got to get the Wi-Fi and whatever this decide and what Victor told me I'll look into tomorrow. That's what I've been taking time this week is to look at to better myself on some things financially, just overall better myself.
Yeah, any way possible to stay save some coins. You
Every
know. Yeah. Well.
that's your
Um.
weekend.
Oh. My weekend. What did I do? Um. Well, I did go to a prayer breakfast at my church Saturday morning, and it was awesome. It was the first prayer breakfast. We have prayer breakfast like at the beginning of every when a new year come in. We have a prayer breakfast, and I just never participated. I never went because it'd be so early on a Saturday morning, which that's no excuse, but it's like 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and I just never went. But I got a call from one of the pastors at the church and asked me to say a prayer for the children. So we had like different categories: a prayer for the new year, the prayer for, like I said, the children, the prayers for the new pastor that we have coming in, prayer for this, prayer for that. We just had different. So I couldn't say no. So I went. That's how I ended up going, and I'm glad I did because it was awesome. So that was Saturday. What else I did? I can't even remember after that point. Of course, I had class over the weekend, but yeah, so pretty low key weekend, but it was really, really, really good. Really good weekend.
Could I just say this real quick?
Sure.
Sunday, I'm going to church. So my open line show
Praise God.
that I usually take sometime to 12 o'clock for BLS, they really supposed to just go 2 hours. So I'm not cutting nothing short, but I am going a young lady down here that I know. And what kind of did this is 2 weeks ago, I went to a party and my cousin said she was going to Mill Branch. And Mill Branch is my grandmother preached at Mill Branch back in the day in Pamplico, what I call it down there. So for me to get down there is harder. So the young lady that worked at Western Sizzling, I see her putting things on Facebook about, her church. So
Mm.
I inquired about it last week and she was like, oh, you can come by and every fourth Sunday is dressed down. So it doesn't matter if I dress down or not, but since this Sunday is dressed down, I'm going to respect it because I saw online that they do dress down. So I'm not going to walk in there with some tie and shoes on. I'll dress down. And I think it's the Father's House Outreach Ministry. So,
Oh, the Father's House with Pastor. It's a female pastor, correct?
I'm not sure. I've never been there, so I have no idea. I seen a couple there speaking, so I don't know, but I plan to go this Sunday. So
Yeah, if it's who I think, she's really good.
yep.
Cause
So
she had a segment on the radio station where she would
okay.
do a 30-minute um
Okay.
mhm, church
So I,
program. Yeah.
so I plan to go and somebody asked me, and it doesn't matter where I'm at. I never ran from the Bible, even though I deal with the Holy Quran as well in Islam, but I never abandoned Christianity. I don't talk that here because I can get deep into that. But, you know, um, something I feel in my spirit. And when I feel it, and this ain't the only time, I have New York, I pop up in a church. I know a lot of big reverends across, reverends to Masons. So I will definitely, go, Lord willing, this Sunday I'll be
Yeah.
So what I sent you for team will get you by from watching TV, pay-per-view events. That's just for your phone.
there.
Are you
Okay,
gonna
cool.
share it with me?
You got cable.
I don't have cable, but I do have a Fire Stick.
Well, that's not for the Fire Stick. This is just for your phone. But yeah,
Oh, for the phone.
yeah. If you like if I'm traveling or something in the car with somebody and I want to watch TV or whatever, this is something that you can just hit
Thank you,
live.
Vic.
It's got channels and movies, pay-per-view. That's something right there.
And then when I
Um,
bring it up on my laptop, I can throw it to my television. So that's it.
well, you can bring it up on your that also use that link to go on your laptop. Um, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I know we don't really talk about shit like this, but I got to bring it
Go ahead.
up. I was thoroughly entertained with the inauguration. I like that. I didn't vote for that motherfucker, but he just listen. That dude just had me just laughing my ass off the whole time. But when Jimmy Carter's funeral, I'm looking like, I don't see. I like formal events like that because you really get to see people in their true element and watch the people that snubbed him and the
Yeah.
people that didn't want to deal with him and how they openly just disrespected him in public for him to turn back around in the inauguration and talk shit to the people while they had to sit there. That shit there is funny to me. I'm just saying. I like shit like that. That just shows me that I can be petty from where I am because at the highest political level, these motherfuckers, there's no rules to it. It was interesting. I liked it.
I will just say this: what Victor's saying, not using Trump about it, but I understand what Victor's saying. I've been in that shoes before, so for me, I understand it. And sometimes payback is a bitch, and it comes like that. And then a lot of people think a person's gonna take a high road. Hell no. Once you had me and hammered me while I was down, and then I get back up, oh, whole game has changed, baby. I got it now in my hand. So I understand what you're saying. I mean, I'm not a Trumpster, and I don't care for him, but I understand the principle, what you're saying. And yo, this man, this is all I'll give him. He made one of the biggest comebacks that a person could make in this country. And, and it proves that you got to stand on your ground. Your ground may be shaky, but you still got to stand on your ground, especially if you're right about something. I'm not going to get into the Trump thing, just the thing what Victor's saying. I agree with Victor on that, and stand on your ground. Too many times we wishy-washy, we don't stand our ground, and we worry about what other people think about us instead of worrying about being true to your damn self.
So I want to say this too. I don't want to make it a culture thing. I mean a race thing. But let me tell you something. Let Vic White, I want y'all to hear this shit. Let me go to kiss my woman in public and our skin don't touch. All hell about to fucking break loose. I don't give a damn if you need to take that damn hat off. Did you see what she did? Bro,
I didn't watch any of it. What happened?
I would have went to jail because I would have put my hand all in her face and just whooshed back. Don't you ever do no shit like, bro, ain't no damn way.
She ain't.
What did she do? Who are we talking about? His wife?
We're talking about Melania, because bottom line is there's a reason why she's not. I mean, she stands with her husband, and Victor is right. I don't think it's a race thing; it's a cultural thing. At the end of the day, a lot of black women would have been gone if you understand what I'm saying. So what Victor is saying, is one thing, but Melania, and I'm not a friend of hers neither, but she's tired of his shit too. But the reason why she's there because she's still married to him, and she understands what power is. And she understands how to play the game from her perspective. She got to do what's best for her. But trust me, it's cold as ice at home. Trust me.
She don't live there.
It's cold as ice. Like you said, she don't live there. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna tell you something. Another thing, if you were to watch Jimmy Carter's funeral, you speak to my wife and don't speak to me, and she spoke back. Oh man, hell no. It's gonna be 2 caskets up there, no? You mean to tell me you spoke to my wife, she spoke back, and then you ain't even acknowledged me, and you walk past, and I'm looking at her, oh hell, and you got your leg crossed, sitting, oh shit, no. Oh no. Oh man,
you see, you know how to handle that when you get in there. Just like former President Bush, not the father's dead, the son.
Oh, Doug.
Him and Laura, they walked right by. They didn't say nothing. They walked by him. See, they didn't do that hypocritical stuff. See, that's why I stand with, I wasn't with Michelle when she said they go low, we go high. I wasn't with that. Sometimes they go low, we got to go low too. But I'm glad she didn't show up because she ain't kissing nobody's ass, because she knew that this so-and-so came at my husband, came at my family, you came at my livelihood. I ain't kissing up to you. I don't give a damn.
She wasn't at the inauguration?
Or the funeral. No, hey, no. She said she wasn't.
I'm gonna tell you something. when the inauguration started, all the commentators while they was walking out was talking about why Michelle wasn't there. We here to honor Jimmy Carter, and Michelle was the highlight for not being there. When the inauguration happened, the first thing Fox News put out was Michelle Obama was not at the inauguration. What is going on? And I'm like, y'all here for the president. Y'all ain't here for none of that shit. But
Right.
in a sense, there was a lot of Republicans mad because after the president died, the flag's supposed to fly half-mast for a certain amount of days. Trump had to come into office with the flags at half-mast. Like
Yeah, Mike Johnson made it. Yeah,
and
Mike
he
Johnson.
was shitting too about that. He wanted the flags raised, but you can't do that. So it was like the country was at mourning because of.
But I heard Mike Johnson, he raised it for the day and then dropped it back down. So that's the politics. That's the politics. I'm just telling you, stand your ground. And just to say this, not to get political, but I listened to Stephen A. Smith 6 o'clock this morning, and he made some very interesting points. Me and Stephen A. Smith know each other, and I can agree with him on some things, and I can go hard at him. But he made some good points. He was talking about Snoop and Nelly and everybody calling them a sellout, and Snoop put out in 2016-17 that he called people jigaboos and Uncle Toms that they perform. And now he turned around and performed. But you got to listen to Stephen A. Smith to get the whole juxtaposition. I'm not here to explain all that. Made some interesting points. And I see both sides. I see how both sides, the Republicans and the Democrats, play both sides, and this country, like Victor said a while ago on this show, more Black people than you think are conservative. They may not be hard conservatives, but they're conservative. And a lot of people was not with a lot of things that the Democrats, and I'm a registered Democrat, was trying to shove down people's throats. And it bit them in the ass. You understand? So I know we're not going politics, but I just, since Victor opened that door, while I'm in the house, I might as well say what I got to say.
This is definitely your lane.
It's my lane, girl. We'll be on tomorrow night. I'm coming on tomorrow night.
Are you? Wait. Oh.
Yeah, we do Wednesday night. I haven't done it in a while, but there's so much stuff like Victor brought up here that I can't wait to Sunday. I know people want to exhale. I'm in the house anyway, so what the hell?
Right. All right. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
So y'all want to do this now or? So we do have an announcement tonight. First of all, thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate y'all so much for you that are just tuning in. Thank you all. We didn't really have a topic, but we was just going, on about things in the world because Tangy Tea of Life, this is what it is. We talk about any and everything. So hello to all of you who we have not spoken to yet. Thank you, Sly. Thank you, Rodney, for the stars. We appreciate each and every one of you so much. So I don't know if you guys saw where I put out that we did have an announcement to make tonight. So crickets.
You talking? You got the mic, Chief.
So, guys, this has been a very difficult decision that I had to make. Tangy Tea of Life, I started this show in 2019, and I wanted for it to be about things that go on in the world, in relationships and things like that, that no one really talks about out loud. I wanted it to be a show where we talked about any and everything, which, as you can see, that is what we've been doing, talking about any and everything. We'll be on a topic, we'll switch the topic, we'll get back to the topic, we'll get on another topic. Um, like I said, things have been, this has been a really tough decision for me. It's been 6 years strong. And I have a lot going on in my personal life. And I'm not saying it's anything bad. It's good actually. It's a lot going on, and I just feel like it's time for me to step aside with the show for a little minute. Not exactly sure how long, or if I don't know how to even say it. Um, we've been a team for quite some time. Victor R15 did not start out with me in January of 2019, but they did. Victor came on board first. He joined, I think it was maybe the end of 2019 or the middle of 2019 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then 15 came aboard. And I must say that I appreciate y'all so much because y'all roll with me through the thick and the thin. You was there. We started out doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, um, nonstop. It was like a job, Tuesday and Thursday of every week. Um, then we cut back maybe 2 years ago, maybe we cut back to only doing Tuesdays. Um, we are a team, and we're gonna always be a team no matter what. But just right now, I just need a little break because I'm not getting personal, but my relationship with God is really strong and is getting stronger, and I just feel like I just need this moment for me and God. Yeah. So this was not an easy decision. So when I called Victor and Fatine last night and we talked about it, uh, they don't know I got off the phone with you all, and I just like I couldn't stop crying because, like I said, this has been a tough decision. So the decision is we're not going to be doing the show um, any longer after tonight. Like I said, this is not a goodbye. Um, I actually shut down. What do you call it? Deactivated my page.
Deactivate, deactivate.
So I'm kind of getting away from social media platform for a little minute, and I'm just sometimes you have to, in order to find yourself and to find that peace and to get that mindset that you want to be in. It's like a new season in my life. And in this new season, I just need peace and silence right now, if that makes sense. So, yeah, so we won't be doing the show after tonight. I'm not saying that it's the end of Tangy Tea, because we may come back even stronger. I don't know. But right now, it's just this is the decision um, that I had to make. I appreciate all of you so much for watching us each and every Tuesday. You all was there. You had our back. The comments, and you all have just been really, really good to us. I just saw Mr. Sammy comment. Well, I saw his name pop up just now, Mr. Sammy, that invites us to events, his family events and things like that. It's just have been an honor to have done this show for 6 years, since 2019. And like I said, this isn't a goodbye. It's just um, a change right now. And that's why I made the topic embracing change together. Um, Victor and Fatine are like brothers to me, and hopefully, you know, our relationship will stay the same. Nothing will change just because the show is going away. We'll still be together. Um, Hopefully, we'll still do things together. We'll meet up, go out to eat, whatever. So I'm not saying that this is a goodbye. It's just a pause for right now. And if God see fit for us to get back together sooner than expected, then that will happen. But you know, sometimes God lead us in, you know, different directions that we don't plan to happen, but it happened. And you know, I'm so strong in my faith that I have to listen and I have to obey and do what's best for me right now. And it has been really tough. And it's something that I've been thinking about for a little minute now. And this is the decision that has that I made. And like I said, the guys, I spoke with them, and um yeah, so it's been really tough for me coming on tonight. I didn't know that I was going to be able to even, you know, talk without, you know, crying and carrying on. But, you know, I prayed before I got on here, and God is just amazing. And God is doing some really, really amazing things in my life. So it's just one step towards my my new journey. So I'm gonna pass it over to Victor and Fatine, and you know, see what they can add to it.
Victor goes next because that's the chain of command.
Um, it was like I said, just to be truly transparent, I felt it. um, I knew something was different. Uh, like I said, like you said, not to really hash upon it so much, but it's not a goodbye. It's just, see you later. Um,
That's it. That ain't it.
it's people can go back and see the clips and see, um, from the start to the end. There's countless hours of footage, great topics, raw emotions. Um, that's out there. Great quotes from many different guests, many different people, and then you can kind of see the transformation from a lot of us. Um, but maybe now we're transforming into something else, and the team may come back with a whole different platform. It might not be about relationships anymore. It could be about something spirit. I mean, you know, sometimes you have to, you know, go in the cocoon and come back out as something different. The Tangy team may not look the same no more. Then again, it might. I don't know. I don't know. Um, but there are. I appreciate everybody who's ever gave a view. I appreciate people who's ever gave comments. Um, I didn't realize how, I shouldn't say popular, but I'm gonna just say known. I didn't realize how known the T was um, until I'll be out somewhere and somebody asked me something that happened maybe 3 weeks ago, who I have absolutely no idea who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And um, sometimes that's aggravating because, people will walk up to me and just start talking. And, when I'm, depending on where I'm at, I'm not very approachable. But then I have to just go in that mode and say, okay, wait a minute. Let me, at least entertain this, for a minute. Um, because one thing I don't like doing is, feel like I'm defending myself, but not trying to go down that road. I do appreciate each and every person that's ever um, viewed, the show, and especially the ones that's liked and commented, subscribe to the page and the channel. So thank you.
And, yes, absolutely. And speaking of, our page, we have 30,000 subscribers. 30,000 subscribers on Tangy Tea of Life page. That is huge. We may not see the numbers when we come on Tuesday nights, that many people may not be watching, as we're live, but I'm just so grateful for everyone. Like Victor said, all of you that have been a guest on the show, those of you who wrote, the email letters, those who inbox me or text me personally, and have topic suggestions, and um, this has been an amazing ride. Amazing. Met some amazing people through Tangy Tea of Life. And 15, I'm gonna let you go.
Mhm.
You go.
Ready? You want me to go? I'm cool.
Yeah, because I'm
All
I'm
right.
going.
All right. So I didn't plan anything. I don't. This is something I speak from my heart. I know what I said to you guys last night, and I will repeat it because I think it needs to be known. But this here started for me when I walked in WYNN in the 90s. Talked to the program director, Fred Brown.
Mhm,
Fred BB
Next,
Brown.
Fred
mhm,
DB Brown.
mhm,
This is how it started. How did it start? Because the next year I came back down here. I wasn't living, I was just visiting. Brother Barty was doing a talk show because I said, why isn't there a talk show in Florence, South Carolina? I know what the big DM is doing. What is Florence doing? Brother Barty, Brother Larry, no
mhm,
disrespect to him, Brother Barty, and we became friends. Transformed into PD in midday, Ernie D on the radio, and before him coming on tour, formed a relationship with them. Brought Isaac Hayes there. Angie Stone, not brought him physically, but interviews there.
mhm,
Took up a relationship with Tori. Visiting down here, me and Tori out the Cracker Barrel. She tells me about about Veronica doing a podcast. I came down to Darlington. This was 2019. This is before COVID. And I did one show with you. Sister Tawan was there. Me,
mhm,
you, and Tori. Remember that. And then COVID hit. Then I had my own little struggles at home at that particular time. But Veronica invited me on. Victor was part of the show. And y'all did something for me that you don't even realize, that you helped me through a tough time. I look forward to Tuesday and Thursday night. A lot of times we were in the house in New York because of the pandemic. New York, people dropping like flies. People died across this country from COVID. But New York, the country shut down. Let's be real. I don't want to make New York seem like, but you know how many people died out of New York. So
yeah,
Tuesday night, I'm doing a podcast. Wednesday night, I'm doing BLS. Thursday night, I'm doing a podcast. And then I'm going into the station on Sunday. This team, Veronica and Victor, became sisters and brothers to me. And just like sisters and brothers, we had our moments. We've had our moments. At times I want to strangle Victor. But I'm going to tell you, me and Sister Veronica, we've had our moments. But one thing came out of this that I am so glad that I say, I love Sister Veronica. I love Victor. Got bass in my voice when I say that, Vic. On the I say that from my heart, because what it did, I remember when I left the show, and I remember communicating with Victor. Veronica picked up the phone and called, and it showed me how you can build on friendship. You can build on things. You can look back and say, you know what? I didn't handle that right. And even if I stood on principle, even if some things I was right on, it don't mean that I can't beat my team halfway.
Mm-hmm.
This show, these individuals made me a better person because what Victor said over and over when we disagreed, brother, this is who I am. And I've learned from that made me better as being in radio and just in life, is that people don't walk to the same beat out here. But that don't mean you can't respect and listen to them. And when that happened, it made me open my eyes and not look at Victor or at Veronica, but look into them and look into their hearts and realize that we may not be always on the same page, but bottom line is that we're still in the same book.
Facts.
And that there made me realize that's why I said to Veronica last night, I just said it to Victor, I love y'all because y'all made me a better person. This became family.
Mm-hmm.
But as Veronica's called me, I was also, this is the second podcast within the last 3 weeks that there's been changes. First one is the hashtag truth be told. We rolled for a year, really did a good job, but our host, Joe Dupree Anderson, had to go away to deal with some training. Also, I said to Sister Veronica, because I'm not going to leave her out there by herself, I was thinking that it's some things that I want to do. And I needed to kind of free up some of my time. If people follow me on BLS, you notice I haven't been consistent every Wednesday night because it's some things I want to do. And sometimes just being locked in, that don't take away the love I had. But as we all decided, we didn't want to wait to the end of the show because you out there, Mr. Sammy, and all the names I didn't call, I apologize for not calling because I can call it, or Noah, John, everybody, Sister Cheryl, all the folks, KC that just really came on board recently, but everybody out there, even the person that asked me that I had big hands, I love my on the serious side. I ain't gonna let that one go.
Mr.
But on the series, y'all are family. And I suggested and the team agreed that we had to hear from y'all because y'all are our family. Some of us know y'all personally, some of us have gained and built relationships with y'all. Because I'm new. I'm the new guy down here. And I want to say not only to Veronica and Victor, I have that, when I use the word love, I have that special love for y'all because y'all don't have to be here every Tuesday night. Y'all could be doing other things. Your commitment to Tanya T of life, I want to thank you. I want to thank Sister Veronica for your vision of bringing up something. You know, when you step out there, you don't know how it's going to go. I thank Brother Victor. He brought the men's portion of this, the men's arm to this. You understand? And we went out there. I want to thank every other person that hosted on Tanya T. No matter if you was a guest host or a guest, I want to thank you all because you made this platform what it is. So I thank you all. I'll save I said what I really had to say there. We can do whatever we'll need to say, but I love y'all. Veronica and Brother Vic, again, bass in my voice, brother. Mm-hmm. So I say what I have to say. That's
So I do want to say this as well. I know they probably not watching, but Brittany Jefferson that started out with me in 2019, like that was who I went to with my vision. Brittany and I was working at iHeartRadio, and I went to her and I was like, I want to do this thing. You know, I love to talk. I want this show where, you know, we could talk about anything. And, you know, I want it to be personal, you know, like, and so she was like, I think you should do it. And I was like, will you host with me or whatever? And she agreed. She did it. She was faithful. And then life happened. She, you know, got a few businesses that she had to run. And so then Tawan came aboard, Tawan Manning, and she held me down until things started getting, um, well, not things started getting, but Tawan took this job at the airport, and she had to be up three, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to get ready for work because she used to have to be to work so early in the morning to go to the airport. So that's when things stopped, and Tawan couldn't do the show any longer. And that's when Victor became I think, yeah, Victor became the
Came
co-host.
in quite kind of the middle of that.
Yeah, the middle, because I know you was with us when Tawan was still coming every Tuesday and Thursday, coming on the show. But I said that to say shouts out to Brittany and Tawan because they put a lot of time and energy into this show as well. And it wouldn't have been what it was without them even starting, with me. So definitely shout out to them. Um,
When I
but
came on board, Tori was here.
Tori was always a guest. Tori was never like a co-host. Tori was one of um, she was an occurring guest every week, pretty much. Tori was on. So yeah, people probably thought Tori was a co-host or whatever, but yeah, she was definitely a frequent guest. Um,
Then when we
Tori,
went over to the
Tori played,
college,
she
Sharon
played,
was part of the show. Shay Shay.
yep, Tori played a big part on the show. Sharon played a big part on the show. Deanna played a big part on the show. Um, Shout out to everyone that has been a part of it. E.g., gosh, I didn't want to start calling names because I don't want
Destiny. You know
to.
I would call my girl
Destiny,
Destiny.
um,
Neek.
Nick,
Neek, yes, Neek Cruz was a big part of the show.
Herman,
Harmon for his studio, absolutely. Um, Gosh, I feel like I'm missing someone.
Voodoo,
Voodoo
Good
Child,
child.
yes. Um, all of you,
Tyrone,
Tyrone, all of the guests, Mr. Sammy, his sister, like
What was the name of when we was at the college? What's the name of the brothers that did the studio back there?
really?
I just giving
Jamil, come
everybody
on, man.
Jimmy.
oh, this is
You
my
Yeah,
ain't even
Jamel,
got
yeah,
paid.
Jamel
yeah.
started out at 119 Media Group,
119.
great setup, yeah, just everybody that had any part of Tanky T.
And
Y'all
I see
guys are
Brian every day.
amazing. Oh yeah, Brian, the engineer guy, like it has been an amazing run, and
Yeah.
I can't thank God enough because, like I said, we met some amazing people, people that will always have a connection with. Um, it's amazing. I don't know if I. Neek said we met before, but outside the show, I can't remember. But I mean, even the relationship with her, I didn't know Tawan before this show started. Um, so it's just a lot of amazing people have came on this show, and I just thank each and every one of you. That's why I really didn't want to start calling names because I
That's all
know
right.
it's someone. But
I got a when we finish this, I got a topic. We going out with a bang. I got a topic.
so I did want it to like, can we get into some comments right quick of what they're saying? If y'all want. Um
Yeah.
Brenda, um oh, well, here's Thomas. I think he's just came through. He says, thank y'all for all the great shows and the wonderful memories. Thank you, Vic Infantine, for the men table talk and all the guys that participated on that. A lot of the topics hit home with me and helped me see a lot of things different. Thank you, Veronica, for your voice and vision. Thank you so much, Thomas. Appreciate that. Brenda said you guys provided an informative, entertaining, and inclusive program, and we are thankful. Since iHeartRadio, we've been missing that local interaction and local radio personalities. Absolutely. I pray for your continued success personally and professionally. And that's the God honest truth. I was talking to someone today about that, and I was telling her about my radio journey, and I was just explaining to her, like, radio is not the same. You do not have the local interaction like you used to back in the day. Like, so this platform was definitely one of the, I would say, locally um, podcasts that like really touch people from all genres. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a local feeling. And yeah, thank you for that, Brenda. Nakia says, dang, I'm going to miss debating with Victor. Nicole, we appreciate you, Veronica, and the show co-host. Thanks for all the engaging topics. I wish that your spiritual walk with God bring you closer to Him. When God calls you, you are to obey. Absolutely. Thank you, Nicole. Rodney says it's a good run. It has been a good break from the everyday hustle to see and hear others' opinions every week. Thank you, Rodney, and thank you. Rodney was one of the ones that every week um, sent stars. We appreciate you so much, Rodney. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike, I enjoy listening to y'all and appreciate all the laughs because Vic was never serious. Miss Dorita, you mean to tell me that I came back to hear this? Well, it is what it is. We still love y'all while you're trying to figure this out. God already got it worked out. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Dorita. Uh-oh.
If
Noah
anybody
said,
knows, want me to read it? If
yes.
anybody knows me, I'm about family first. With that being said, Brother Fatin and Victor, words can't explain how appreciated you two are for sticking by Veronica through the good and bad. I know she's aggravating and stubborn as hell, but at the end of the day, she loves you two all that, and then some. If anyone has a problem with you two guys, then they have a problem with me. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Noah. That's to all the comments so far.
Yes. Hmm. Thank you, Noah. Mr. Sammy say you guys are still invited. Thank you, Mr. Sammy. Yes. Mr. Sammy says, the men table talk brought Mr. Sammy to the people. So thank you guys. Yes.
I see Neat jumped in here. And as Janique Cruz, folks, she says, I enjoyed listening to y'all and coming on the show. It was a blast. Good luck on you.
Thank you, Neat. Appreciate you so much. Oh my gosh. Tyrone says, you've allowed the community to have a voice, agree, disagree, or indifference. Absolutely. And like I said, guys, this is not a goodbye. It's like I said, I deactivated. Well, of course, I had to come back on for the show tonight, but I deactivated my personal Facebook page as well. And when I deactivate it, of course, it's going to deactivate all of my pages that I have up under me: Tangy Tea of Life, my Hip Hop Fitness page, and my other page that I have. All of that went along when I deactivate my page. So once I come back full time on social media, of course, I'll be putting stuff out there on the page still, and hopefully you guys will be engaging with whatever I be posting, the videos, topics, or whatever. So this is definitely not a goodbye. Like Vic say, we may come back with something totally different than a relationship show. We may come back with a relationship show. We don't know. Definitely, Neek is not is never goodbye. It's just see you later. Absolutely. So yeah, thank y'all so much.
You hung up. You hung in there. You did a great job, Veronica.
Thank you.
Ready for my topic?
Of course,
Sure.
I think.
Okay. So it's interesting. I saw this on Facebook the other day, but I'm browsing by it, so I looked past it. My cousin sent it out today, and I still didn't. I was trying. I muted my mic just now just to try to get a little bit of it. But I throw this out to everybody, but especially to us men. And I definitely want to hear what Victor has to say. I want to hear what from your the female perspective, because it was a female speaking to another female, the female that was speaking in the audience. And this is another podcast, you know. And she was sitting up there. She had, I think, a jean jacket on, and I know the lady said she had titty tape on. You know, basically her breast, no bra, nothing. You know, but the jacket had her covered. But they were talking about men and they were discussing the topic of is it men insecure or territorial? And the woman went to say, and hear the man speak. I didn't watch the whole clip, but she said that men are territorial. And and I can, one thing about this show, we spin things into the way I want to, way we want to present it. So I look at it and I said, are we insecure or are we territorial in the sense of our nature? I mean, anybody can become insecure for different reasons, but are we territorial? Meaning that once we get that woman, when I say get that woman, that becomes my wife, my woman, my fiance, or whatever. I'm speaking for myself now. I do agree that we are territorial. I think both women and men could be territorial. But when we look at the family structure and looking at the head of the family and both people doing and pulling their weight, that man is still that head. That's how I look at it. And yes, I believe that we are territorial. That's mine. And when and because we're territorial, we don't want nobody else looking at our woman. When I say looking, I'm not saying in society somebody see your wife or woman, a good looking woman or whatever, and look and keep going. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is, I believe we become territorial, meaning that they ain't got but a few inches to mess up. Because if you mess up, we on you. And I don't think that comes from insecurity. I think because I've talked about this before, that we look at our women as our possession. And when I never use the word territorial, but since this was brought up, I had to think about it. And I was like, you know what? We are territorial. We are territorial, especially in this society as men. And we have to fight, not only we have to fight other men in this society, sometimes we have to fight our own women because of who they have become and feel like I can march to my own beat. And if you're doing this as a unit, I think there's respect on both sides. But there got to be some type of, my opinion, some type of head and structure. That's what I'm saying. So with that being said, I don't need to belabor this. I want to throw it to Victor and Veronica and see what people in the chat got to say. But Victor, I'll throw it to you first since I'm talking about men. What do you think on this?
From what you're describing, man, it's, to me, they can be misconstrued. One little thing is it. I know what it is with me. I know if I'm acting on something, I know exactly what it is. But what I think where it gets blurred is everybody else that's looking. They're going to weigh in and on it. So I'll say this, when it, in my opinion, if you're territorial, you are insecure. That's just my opinion. And the only reason I say that is because what's mine is mine. You know, I leave my truck parked outside. I'm not worried about who's looking at it. I'm not worried about nobody going in it. If it's gone, it's gone. Somebody steal it, they steal it. It is what it is. But when it comes to a woman, it's different. And I know people gonna say, well, it's just a truck. Well, if you we're speaking in metaphors here. You know, if I don't give a fuck about that truck, why the hell should I give a fuck about anything else? Um, my house, you know, even if it comes down to our kids, in a sense, are we territorial with them or are we insecure when somebody else, you know, like my age is taking or my son is starting to hang around somebody my age and you know starting to get advice from him. Is that me being territorial, me being insecure? I mean, you can look at it so many different ways, bro. I just feel like, you know, they just go hand in hand. I really feel that way.
Veronica, I'm gonna ask you from again. You're not a man, but I want to hear your perspective of what you think a man's view is from territorial to insecurity. Because I see Tyrone basically saying that territorial is insecurity, and then from a woman's perspective about women. But just right now, your opinion about men, and then to hear from a woman's perspective, you know, about how women, you know, move. Is it just a man thing, or is it both genders that become territorial / insecure?
Um, I don't know if I would call it insecure. Now, some cases there are some insecure women. There are some insecure men when it comes, to their women. Um, I just feel it depends on the couple. I mean, it depends on that person because I feel like all of us sometimes are, what's the word, territorial.
Territorial.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes we're all in that situation. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really thinking clear right now, but I mean, do we call that insecure though?
Asking.
I don't know. I mean, in some cases, you can see where it is insecure. You know what I'm saying? You can see the jealousy and within that person. But I mean, I don't know how to really answer it. I
Well,
really.
I looked up the word insecurity and territorial. So this is where I didn't want to say, I think Tyrone is not, no, it's Tyrone. So insecurity and territorial is slightly different. They are related, but not exactly the same. Insecurity in a relationship stems from a lack of confidence either in oneself or the stability of the relationship. It
Mhm.
may manifest as fear or being replaced, not feeling good enough, or constantly doubting your partner's intentions or loyalty. Territorial is more about power. Being territorial is more about asserting ownership or
Mhm.
control over the relationship or partner. It can involve setting boundaries or being possessive to keep others from infringing on what is perceived as yours. So they can blur, like they can blur, but they are different. So, brother Tyrone is not always the same. And you can
So
see in the definition, but they can be related or relatable.
Territorial, that
you
sounds
blurred
really.
you blurred the lines with that because what you said was insecure and territorial in a relationship is different. So when you start talking about a relationship, that's an opinion. You should have went to the definition of insecure and the definition of territorial
It
and
did.
seen
I
what
just
it
did the
was.
definition. I did. I
You
read the
said in a
insecurity first.
relationship. You said in a relationship. So that's somebody giving an opinion. That's not a fact. If you look at the Webster dictionary of the two, then that's where you're gonna get your thing. You said insecure in a relationship.
Well, that's the question. That's the question. But the
So it,
definition of insecurity, I'm giving you the definition of insecurity. Now, the behavior, I didn't even break it down into the behavior.
you said
In
insecure in a relationship. So it's
right.
once you do that, it's strictly opinion based. It's strictly your opinion.
But
But if
if
you
you
look at
look
the
at the definition, but you can't say something is the same if the definition, even when you talk about the relationship, remember, what does insecurity mean? You still got to look up the definition. What does insecurity mean? And what does territorial mean? You still
but
have to look up, and that's what I did.
and you
That's like.
said you started off and you said insecure in a relationship is. That's
I
what you
said
said.
I said insecurity and being territorial in a relationship are related, but not exactly the same. And that's when I broke it down.
How?
They're
That's why
related.
that's why I couldn't answer that, because it depends. Like that was kind of hard for me to answer. Like,
That's why I put it out there, because that's why it's good to have that. I thought it was interesting because if you look at insecurity and what did they break it down, the behavior, it says insecurity, the behavior, this can lead to, now this can lead to jealousy, overthinking, needing constant reassurance, or being overly sensitive to perceived threats, like your partner interacting with others. When you look at the behavior of territorial, it may show up as controlling who your partner interacts with, policing their behavior, or reacting strongly when others show interest in them. So to me, territorial is about more about power, and in the insecurity is more about your emotions to that situation and what it can lead to. I mean, again, it's very like this. It's there. That's why I brought it up, because when I heard it, I was like, wait a minute, this is interesting.
What are you reading? Because that's strictly an opinion.
Oh, it
That's
is an
not.
opinion. It is an opinion, but this is the conversation. We all putting our opinions out here.
So that's what I'm saying. So so if it's opinion based, how can you tell Tyrone he wrong? You can't.
Because because the reason why I am saying, I didn't say he's, what I'm saying is it's not the same, because the meaning of insecurity and territorial is different. That's what I'm saying. So if the meaning is different, they have different, they mean different things, and there's different reactions that come from them. That's what I'm saying. You can't sit there and say
that's your opinion.
no. If you look up the definition, you said look up Webster. If you look up Webster, insecurity is not the same as territorial.
If you look up the definition of insecure and you look up the definition of territorial, if you really think about it, they are the same. If you look,
they're similar, they're relatable, but they're not quite the same. One is about control. One is about control, where insecurity is not always about control. Territorial is this. This is mine. This is mine.
If that's not control. That's not control.
That's control over territorial, yes.
Thank you.
But insecurity is not about control. It's more about jealousy, about not being sure about yourself or sure about your partner.
You just said that. You said insecure was more about control, and territorial is.
No. I meant territorial is more about control. More territorial is more about control, not insecurity.
All I'm gonna say is this:
we going out with a bang, ain't we?
It's kind of the same.
They the same. They the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you think about it, yeah. But where did you get this question? You said another podcast?
I saw it on a podcast. I saw it on a podcast, and it was interesting who said it. It was the woman that I didn't watch. I mean, the clip is on my phone, but I just listened and I was like, this is interesting, because I've always said that we men look at our women as possession, like we own something. Some men, not all men, sorry, not to paint with a broad brush. And that's true. That's why I said it can go both ways. Right. But bottom line is, I've never been in a relationship where, again, I know females that have run relationships. I've never been in a relationship and doubt if I will ever be in a relationship that a woman runs me. It's just not going to happen. I respect the woman, but she ain't running me. I just come with that tier of the man woman. Y'all can get mad, not y'all, but the people in the comment. Ain't no woman running me. Even my moms, I respect my moms. I never would disrespect her. But once I became a man, she gave me that space as a man. She's still my mother. So when she said something, I didn't have to he and her because I'm a man. Now I'm a man. But if you go back, and again, we're not coming from Africa and this manhood training and all that stuff, but there comes a level where a man is a man. And if you all deal with scripture, man is the man and man is the head. So ain't no woman running me. That's who I am. There's some women that run men. And just me and that woman that comes with that alpha female, I guess we won't get along.
Hmm.
Most alpha females that meet an alpha man, a lot of times when they use common sense, that alpha female is going to fall in line when she runs into that alpha male when there's respect. Because an alpha female understands what an alpha is and is going to play that position because they know I got a man.
Mm. Yep, that's facts, Nicole. Um, Mr. Sammy, if you are insecure, you are not controlling anyone or anything.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. It's not about control there. It's not
Mm.
about controlling now.
So, do you think that either the woman or the male should be controlling the relationship, or do you think it should be equal, like as a partnership type?
Well, when you use the word control, I'm not looking at the control of the territorial part because that kind of control is that you want to be a dominant person, a king. I think that in any relationship, nothing is equal. I just think that there's what is called an order. And when
Mm.
there's an order, that means that it was certain things that Hanifa could, certain things that we may disagree on, but I gave to her because I gave it not because I was just the man. It's just that I felt that she was coming from a different perspective of having a little bit more knowledge about it. Just all that we may disagree, but I still respected her as a woman. I respected her as not as the mother of my children. That there was certain things that she knew and understood better. Even though I gave you all an example when she was teaching our daughters about a condom when one was in the 5th grade and the other's in the 3rd grade. I disagreed right off the bat, but I slept on it, and now I understood what she was saying. You understand? And I came back that morning and I said, I apologize. I was wrong because you were right. They should learn from us. They should be able to come to us about these things instead of learning them out in the street.
I just never was built to. I just never could do it. Like,
I got you, but
maybe I'm built.
you don't let the street teach your children. I mean, me and Victor got into that before, but I
Yep.
don't believe in the street teaching your children. And I remember what 3rd grade I did. I know what my friends did in the 5th grade. And if we delude ourselves, so I just looked at in a relationship there is order, and Hanifa treated me with the respect as a man, but I did not abuse that authority because she gave me that as a man because we worked as a unit. And when you work at the unit, you humble yourself. And when you humble yourself because of love and respect, it works better.
Hmm. Nicole says a relationship. Wait a minute, let me get to it. A relationship should be equally yoked.
It's never gonna happen.
No, never
Only
equally.
only way it's gonna happen if it's. I think I get where she's coming from. We're never
I
gonna
do
get
too.
50-50, but like for team saying, if I'm giving 65, your 45 gonna make the 100, and vice versa. If you giving 75, my 25 is gonna make the 100. As long as we happy, I if that is what she's talking about, and I get it. I think I get what she's. I hope I get where she's coming from, but that 50-50 shit, yeah, that'll never be that.
Not in a working relationship. Not in a working relationship. It just doesn't work. And I like I said, I came from a thriving relationship, that it thrived, but there was times when I gave more and there was times when Hanifa gave more. And we picked up the slack and we understood our roles and we respected each other's roles. But there was times when I had to step into her role because she was hospitalized with sickle cell crisis. And I never, and if I fall short on it, I wasn't a person that did here. You understand? But I had 2 or 3 females in line or when I say females that did, well, ain't no man getting in our hair, or when they got older, where they went to the salon and I paid. So we made it work to do what needs to be done because there were some things that I was not great on. And I'm working 2 jobs. I got to run to the hospital, deal with my kids, homework, all that. We had a village that helped raise our children when Hanifa was down.
Mm.
Listen, I ain't giving nothing but some greedy 100% hard wee wee.
Don't
That's
say
it. That's the only thing I'm giving. I ain't giving shit.
Oh,
If you think you gonna come up
oh.
in here and lay up and tell me about your day, I ain't want to hear none of that shit. Text me that tomorrow. Lay your ass down and get wee wee down. You get 9 inches of wee wee. Good, hard, strong wee wee. 9 good inches. 9 of them.
okay.
9 of
So
we
she got to get 9 Vienna sausages to get pleased. Huh? Okay.
them.
That's all right.
Hey, hey, the math rules change when you walk on the aisle, son. Everything changed. You get 9.
This wouldn't be without him saying that.
However many times it take to get to 9. Well, you get 9. It might take 4 or 5 times to get to 9, but we gonna get there.
What is that? Cherie says because men are supposed to lead. Oh, Cheryl. Because men are supposed to lead if they are leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And we we kind of groomed. We were groomed like this at one time.
Like
where
what?
we had more 2-parent households. We were groomed where the girls were groomed one way and the man was groomed the one way. But things have changed. You got more females leading the household, more men not doing the job that needs to be done at the end of the day. And these roles have evolved. I don't want to use the word change, but they have evolved into where we're at today. So you can't just put down and tell any woman that just let a man lead, because a woman ain't going to just let a man lead if he's leaderless. She's not going to do that.
So if you look at what she wrote, Miss Caraway, I ain't trying to pick on you, but you said because men are supposed to lead if they are leaders. No shit. I mean, that I ain't trying to be funny, but duh. Duh, motherfucker. But what Fatima is saying is true. When it comes to, I guess leading, you can't lead unless you got somebody to lead. And I think people get caught up in the word lead because there are so many bad I shouldn't say that word. There's so many bad examples of leaders.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's a stigma behind the word leaders. Leader doesn't mean I tell you what to do. Leader doesn't mean that we do everything that I want to do or the final decision lasts with me. That I don't think, in my opinion, that's what leader does. A leader may form out a plan and we discuss it, or a leader may weigh in all the options and all this other stuff. But, all good leaders have good advisors. So the leader's going to always take the brunt of the blow. The leader's going to be the one that when shit go wrong, going to say it's my fault and have accountability. So we all know there ain't no woman in America that's going to be a leader because we start talking about accountability now. So
lies and more lies.
Yeah.
But y'all know how to get to me. I didn't mean to cut you off, Fatima.
That's okay.
How do y'all feel about the kings and queens? How do y'all feel about people calling themselves kings and oh, I'm a queen? I kind of hear that a lot.
I have a problem. I have a problem if somebody called themselves a king or a queen. I believe that titles are given. Titles are given, but they're given because you earn them. So, and I used to have this question, I used to debate some 5%ers at the end of the day, and I respect the 5%, and I know the 120 and all that, A and I and all that. I know all that be born. I know that. But what I'm saying is, let someone else call you what it is. Don't call yourself that. if Victor's a leader or a king, let Victor work speak for itself. When your work speaks for itself, that's how you earn the title. I don't believe we say we come from kings and queens. So what? Your mother might have been a lawyer, your father a doctor, and you a bum. I ain't calling you no attorney and I ain't calling you no doctor. You got to earn that. So I have a problem when people call, I'm a king. You have the potential to be a king, and a woman has a potential to be a queen, but you got to earn that title. And when you earn that title, you let other people call you that. You don't call yourself. And that goes back to what Victor said. Don't ask me how I'm doing or am I a good parent. Ask my children. Let other people judge me on the work and the job that I'm doing.
And I brought that up because someone I think it was last week or whatever, and I hope he's not watching, whoever he may be. But he reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, someone was telling me that you are a masseuse. I'm not, but." And he was like, and they referenced you for massages. So he was like, I just need for somebody. He said it some kind of way, like I just need for somebody to work on me and make me feel like the king that I am, or something like that. He said, I'm like, I just gave him a thumbs up because I don't know how to, I don't know how to respond to that.
So right there, I always said sometimes people talk too damn much. Hey, do you give massages or whatever the case may be? If you would have said yes or no, move from there. We're in a professional standpoint. When you start talking outside of what we're trying to do, like, come on, man, you just being creepy now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And bro, I'm talking about you because I think that's where the uncomfortable side of a business transaction, the same thing that we were talking about earlier, that's when that shit enters.
Mm-hmm.
If this man wanted, anyway, a woman rubbing the man there's going to be, in my opinion, some form of sexual tension from, maybe not from her, definitely from him. I've been on the table. So I want to make this as less painful for the both of us. So if I can keep it professional the first 2 times, then, everybody starts to loosen up a little bit, I think. But for me to just kind of like reach out to you and say, hey, I heard you giving you a masseuse, that's a bit weird. But I would have went at it a different way, but like, hey, do you have a professional page or is there an appointment I can make? I ain't trying to contact you for, you know what I'm saying, some services like that. I'm going to hit the little chick on Second Loop, Mr. T, and I'm going to get me my little rubbing tub, and I'm going to go about my damn business. Because P down there rubbing ones out for $65. I'm just saying.
At 65 now? Well, that's 40, huh?
No,
Mr.
no,
Sammy?
no, no. The 40, though, see, when you start dealing with them, it go up. But the 40 for the coochie. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So Mr. Sammy asked me a question. So Mr. Sammy, I'm going to answer your question. He asked the question, Father Fatine, can a woman raise a boy to be a man? And when it comes down to that, Mr. Sammy, I'm going to be real about it because I've known some single women that have raised boys into becoming a good man. What do I mean? There's numerous single mothers successfully instill values like respect, responsibility, discipline, and emotional intelligence into their sons. That can raise them a responsible man. That's what Reverend Sharpton talks about. He talked about his father left at an early age. His mother helped raise him into the man. But what got him into manhood was Reverend Jesse Jackson, Adam Clayton Powell IV, and the late James Brown. Because what happens is when you start to look at a strong male figure, that helps us men. That helps with our manhood.
Mm-hmm.
Difference. There's a difference right there. Manhood is more like when we get that mentor. It's usually their experience. And when you get that experience, you're watching other men, how they respond as men, responsible men, how they adapt to things. And then that helps form you to see about your manhood. And then, of course, as you watching them. But yes, a woman can raise a boy into a man from the responsibility, good values, and things like that. But I think that to finish this off, it's good for the example of other strong men to help a man with his manhood to
That
develop.
you
Get
you
that?
you danced around it. The answer is no.
I said the same thing.
No, the answer is no if you go by what you said, because what you said was you have to incorporate other men. The question is, can a woman raise
Yeah,
a
I said
boy into a
yes.
man?
I said yes. When it comes to a man, man and manhood is two different things.
I don't think it's possible,
Okay,
to be
gotcha.
honest with you.
Mhm.
So if you take, let's just, and it'll never happen, but if you take a woman and a little boy and you take them off over here away from God and everybody, and you raise them out in the woods, can she teach this boy to be a man? I don't think that's possible. Just like it's the other way around. I don't think a man can teach a woman how to be a woman. I don't think that's possible. Now, we can sit up here and say, well, I know plenty of good things, but I can tell you this. There are so many people, when my mother raised me after my father and her split up, there are so many males that had so much influence on my life that my mom, I never wanted to model my life after her. Only thing she did was she provided, the only thing, what she did was she provided a home, she provided a meal, and she provided me freedom and time to explore the world. It was my choice to follow these people. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, and I also get what, Tyrone is saying. Say, I'm so opinionated on this point. A lot of toxic men are raised by women, and I truly believe that too. But I don't think a woman can raise a boy into a man, and vice versa. I just don't think that.
Well, I like what think what Thomas said. He said she can raise him to a certain point.
That's where I gave you the
Facts.
characteristics. That's why I gave you the characteristics of
Yeah.
those good characteristics that a woman can. Because if you look at some great men out here today that have been raised by a woman, a lot of them give their mothers credit because the
In
Yeah.
fathers, for
public,
whatever
in
reason,
public, in public. But if you get those guys in private and ask them who was so influential in your life, yeah, the fucking the PG the politically correct, the PC answer is to say my mama. Give honor to my mama, my mama, my mama, my mama. But the reason we do that is because mama is so damn emotionally unstable. If I get up there and praise anybody other than her for the sacrifices that she's going to remind us that she made, it comes off as being ungrateful. I'm saying this. And I had to learn this from my children. I'm not the most influential person in their life. I may be, you know, their father, but I understand that I'm not the most influential person in their life. But when it come to mama, nobody don't want to hurt mama feelings. So we gonna say, hey, my mama raised me. And in a sense, she was there, but who house was you at? Who did you emulate? Who did you modern your path? Because your damn sure wasn't her. Because you be wearing high heels in the pocketbook and having men all over you, wearing tight dresses and shit. No, I don't think a woman can. I really don't. I think y'all can set a foundation and structure for him to have some form of structure, but we're talking about a boy into a man? Nah, impossible.
I mean,
say what I said, and Victor say what he said. We ain't gonna go back and forth. That's the maturity that we got here.
no, go out with a bang.
Yeah, it's a bang. No, I think I said what I said. You got to realize, Victor put his opinion out there, and I put my opinion out there. I've looked back at some great men that I've been around, and I've seen how they've become. But it's like I said about the man with the woman is still certain things, but there is that male influence because and again, not only Reverend Sharpton, but I've sat with Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. and heard what he talked about, of his mom's influence. But Dr. King had a very strong influence on him directly. And the same thing with Reverend Sharpton. He said that his mom's helped raise him with the qualities and characteristics. Mahalia Jackson, he was around her, and he was around these people, but who helped that manhood, which Victor is leaning into. That's why I'm not going to sit here and debate, was those three individuals I gave you: Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr., Adam Clayton Powell IV, Reverend Adam Clayton Powell IV, and James Brown. That taught him that manhood, that responsibility as that leader type person. But his mother instilled those values: how to treat people, how to carry yourself in a respectable manner, this, that, and the other.
And that's why I continue, because you can teach. Mama gonna teach you that, the respectable values and everything that you said. Those are characteristics of being a good person. That's Mama gonna teach you how to be a good person, how to deal with people, how there's wash your ass right. That's something that Mama just gonna show you. Daddy gonna show you how to be a man. Those influence that manhood. I don't think a woman can. I mean, all men can't change the oil and change the tire. I don't think that's part of being a man. I don't think that. It comes down to, and I'm really with what Tyrone's saying, how we process emotions, how we deal with certain situations, how we battle demons and all this other shit. Where it comes to women, it's gonna be different. And a lot of times you can tell who was raised by their mother and who was raised by their father.
So I'm going to go there now. So Tyrone says some men who act like their mothers tend not to process their emotions well. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that alone, because as I read it, I was thinking about. He says some men who act like their mothers tend not to process their emotions well. So I am going to come back on you on Tyrone. So I'm not going to sit there and totally disagree with you. I can understand what you're saying, but on the flip side, there are some men who act like their damn badass effing father don't process their emotions well neither. When the father come in and yell and don't want to do this and do that, and his way is the highway, you think that man grows up and process his emotions well? Sometimes he takes that damn trauma into the next relationship. So that's why I'm not going to totally disagree with you, because you said that.
Was raised by his mother. I mean,
I don't know. I'm just saying that. Oh, well, let me speak on this since I'm older than y'all. I look at my uncles. I look at my fathers, and I look at their fathers and hear what they said. They wasn't just raised by their mother. They was raised by the father, and their father ruled with an iron fist. A lot of fathers that I grew up with, a lot of them wasn't always rational. And a lot of us men picked up those habits, and we take that into relationships. Yes, Tyrone, yes, a lot of women have damaged us as males. But there's a lot of men that has also damaged us because we don't process our emotions very well at all.
So I'll say this, when I was younger, there was a lot of situations that I couldn't speak on because I was not an adult. Like you said, that iron fist shit or whatever. So it was a lot of things that was bottled up. When I got to the age of, when I started having children, I didn't want to raise my children like that, but I also wanted my children to know I ain't your friend. I'm your father. I'm your parent. So there is a line there. You can express to me, how you feel, but you're going to do it with some tact. What I say really ain't up for debate, but you do have an opinion when it comes to you. Like I tell my kids, I'm not going to tell you when to go to bed. I'm just going to tell you what time you getting up. You can go to bed whenever you want to, but I know what time you getting up out my damn house. My son now, he's staying here. Son, you don't have you can stay out as late as you want, but my door lock at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you on this side or this side,
Yep.
the choice is yours. I'm gonna leave it completely up to you. Do what you want to do. You don't have to ask me for permission for nothing. But just understand that my memory is longer than my wee wee.
Well, that didn't take
So,
much.
so I can't tell Victor how to run his household, but what I will say is I ain't gonna comment on that. Is that what I agree with Victor about giving your children tact, but what I've done is I watch from afar. You got to realize that not only did I raised my children, but we were a village, and I was very involved with the kids in my daughter's elementary and junior high school. I was on the PTA. I was on the school leadership team. So there was times when things happened in the school, I was there, and I learned to listen to the kids because sometimes the adults were wrong. They were wrong. And that's why I always say where there's zero tolerance, I didn't allow that. I don't care what the school said about my kids. I had that iron fist. No, because if somebody come to beat up my child and she defends herself and just not that one time, you're gonna suspend both. No. But what I'm saying is I understand what Vic is saying that he leaves tact. 10 times, Vic, my daughters may have been right once or twice, but I gave them that room because I've got back and listened, just like I said, when Hanifa did the condos. I was upset at first, and let the emotional part came out. But then the logic, I thought, sometimes I listen to my daughters because sometimes I need the whole story. And sometimes I have to think about it, even though I'm an adult. And then when I come back to them, I still explain, I listened to what you said. I got it. I understand, and you were right. And this is why I'm going to rescind this. But just remember, they understood my role. I didn't have to keep reiterating, I'm the parent, you the child. I didn't have to do that. But I listen to them because sometimes we are wrong. And sometimes we damage our kids when they are right and we are wrong. And we're telling them to speak their truth when they get older, but we damn them if they speak their truth when they're younger.
Facts.
We
I agree with
so
you.
we got to be careful with our own egos sometimes.
I agree with you. 100%. 100% agree. 100%.
Yeah.
Because the male ego is fragile, but the female ego is fragiler. Because I can, listen, you can hurt my feelings and I'm going to be okay eventually. But we hurt yours. I can have sex and be mad. Y'all can't do that.
And not.
See? I could be pouting the whole time. Hell, I could be in mourning and still get some tail. Y'all can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all
They be
ego.
dry as the Sahara justice. You might as well leave it alone, bro. Just
But hey,
leave it alone.
I spit on
Oh Lord.
it. You know, a little bit of spit.
Why, Fatine, would you even bring that up? I mean, you knew he had a comeback for that. So why?
He tried to get it in his sandpaper. What the hell? You gonna hurt yourself.
Mm, 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 mm. All righty then. Well, on that note,
We do what we do.
yes, clearly.
And to Miss Jacqueline, I think she came in late. She mentioned, she always give us about the podcast. I don't know if she heard what we said at the beginning, that Sister Jacqueline, that this is going to be our last podcast for a minute. So just if you came in late, you've also been a strong supporter as well.
Yeah.
So you got that note.
Absolutely. All right. So, yeah, thank you for team. But for those of you who did miss what we said, this will be our last show for a minute. Who knows? We may come back with a relationship show. We may go in another direction. Who knows where we're going to end up? But once again, we just want to appreciate each and every one of you for those of you who've been with us from 2019 up until now, for those of you who just jumped on board, this last year. It doesn't matter. Thank you guys so much for being on this journey with us with Tangy Tea of Life. We appreciate y'all so much. All of you that watch from afar, those who don't log in to watch, but you be watching, those who be in the comments, those on YouTube, all of the guests, all of you that participated, however you had your hand in Tangy Tea of Life. We appreciate y'all so much. Like Neat Cruz said, this is not a goodbye. It's a see you later. So, God have big plans. We can't question God. So wherever He's leading, I'm following. So thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all once again. For Team Victor, I cannot say this enough. I love you guys, and I just appreciate y'all so much for riding with me this entire time. Like, I know that I was not the easiest person to get along with. Like you said, we bumped heads before. Um, it definitely was like a full-time job at one point with us every Tuesday and Thursday with the 2-hour show. Um, but thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate y'all. And we're definitely going to continue to, do what we do behind the scenes and, stay in contact with each other and all of that good stuff. So thank y'all.
I appreciate those words, Veronica. I'm smiling because we still always got to be comical. So Sister Cheryl said, what I'm gonna do next Tuesday? I'm gonna call y'all, and I put in there. You can call me definitely. What you give me that look for? She said it. So she has it. She can call me. She can call me.
Get your rose, charge it up, and watch old clips and zoom in on my face.
Listen, you
Iridescent again. It's iridescent.
Watch old clips all the way back for 20.
How they gonna watch old clips if you deactivate the page?
YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool. There you go.
YouTube.
There you go. Gotcha. Let me just say in closing thoughts here, I said what I had to say before. Again, I thank you all. Let me just thank the folks out there in the chat. The relationships that we built there are so meaningful for me. Some of the folks that I was on BLS follow me over to this platform, follow me over to the hashtag Truth Be Told, and we're family. And folks that I see down here or meet, or there's people that work with Victor or so and so, they have walked up to me in the buffet or whatever. Hey, you so and so and so and so, and I know Victor. I know Veronica. So I thank y'all there. I thank Sister Veronica for creating this and opening the door and allowing me to come through this space. Help me. This was therapeutic. I didn't use that word. This was therapeutic. And it was therapeutic even when I would yell and get emotional and this, that, and the other. And we would argue and fall out a little bit. It became therapeutic because it made me look, like Michael Jackson say, look in that mirror. And when it made me look in the mirror, it made me look at my faults, where I was wrong, where I needed to say I was wrong and I apologize. That made me the better person. So thank you, Sister Veronica. Victor, brother, has always been a man. Again, we walks to sometimes different beats, but I have nothing but this respect. Victor's not the kind of person that calls on people for help, but anytime if this brother ever called my phone any time of the day and needs something and I can provide it, both of y'all got it. But this brother, I'm just saying it to him because he's not that kind of brother, but you just never know. But that's the kind of love I have for Veronica and Victor. They're my sisters and brothers. And I love y'all for that. So those are my final words.
I appreciate each and every one of you for the laughs, for the smiles, for the tears, for it all. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna write a poem about this later.
Right. Absolutely, Miss Carol. Absolutely. Might be the Tangy Tea reunion at the cookout.
That's what I'm talking about.
But on that note, like Cheryl say, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Ain't that how it go?
We'll give you that tonight. We won't say anything about your bad singing.
Listen,
Okay.
I am very emotional right now, so I'm like, I can't even hold
Nah,
a
that was good.
note.
Don't
I
make it
can't.
worse on yourself. You held yourself together. Very good.
Thank you. But yes, on that note, guys, enjoy life, enjoy one another, live this thing called life to the fullest. Um, right, Tyrone. And we would definitely, this is not a goodbye. We will definitely see you later. As Fatine was saying, I'm not going to be on social media for a little, for just a little minute. So I am deactivating my page. I'll probably leave it up for throughout maybe tomorrow for whoever want to watch the replay. But you are able when this page is shut down, you are able to watch every single video over on YouTube. Tangy Tea of Life is still Tangy Tea of Life over there on YouTube as well. And like I said, I'm not shutting this page down because when I reactivate my personal page, this page will be reactivated as well. So I still will be posting stuff on the Tangy Tea page and all of that good stuff. So thank you all so much once again from the bottom of my heart. I love you all so much. Thank y'all.
And
Until
I get my closet back. I get my closet back. I can move some of this shit out of here. And I won't be sitting in the closet no more for a while.
yep, absolutely. Hey, I feel like we all just need to
Wusa.
yeah, yeah. So all right, guys. Until next time. Yes, thank you, Tyrone. Please subscribe over there, YouTube. You never know what you will find over there. Maybe some new videos. Don't know. All right, guys. Have a great night. Love of one another. Love life, and just enjoy it to the fullest. Have a great week. A great weekend. Until next time. Sanctity of Life. Signing off. Good night, everybody.
Buenas noches.